Kamala Harris finally announcing she's taken a trip to the southern border. It's only been more than, 90 days since she was given the job, longer than that since her administration created the crises at the border. However, this raises a major question. Why now? Joining us to weigh in is Kansas Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, it's great to see you here on the show. So what about it? What do you think? Why do you think the change of heart by the administration now she's going down to the border?
Chris, I don't have a good explanation. Better late than never is all I can tell you. This is a crisis that they manufacture, just like all the other crises we have going on. They like to manufacture crises. They like to manufacture the inflation that we're having. And then they want to try and fly in and rescue everybody. That's my only explanation right now. And I think number two is just that people are so concerned about violence across the nation, as well as this border security issue, that they're ready to face some of the problems. And certainly we're seeing the president's numbers fall every day now. So maybe they're going to try to address some of these crises.
Yeah, it would be nice. Well, they created them. They should be actually addressing them. Now, former President Trump is visiting the border next week with a group of House Republicans. He released the following statement today saying, quote, "After months of ignoring the crises at the southern border, it's great that we got Kamala Harris to finally go and see the tremendous destruction and death that they've created. If Governor Abbott and I weren't going there next week, she would never have gone." Senator, listen to Jen Psaki's comment on this.
Was it important for the White House to have her seen at the border before former President Trump has a trip there next week?
We made an assessment within our government about when it was an appropriate time for her to go to the border. We have no way to predict what former President Trump will say when he goes to the border. We can only guess.
You buying that one, Senator?
Look, President Trump continues to live rent-free in the heads of Democrats. I think it's very obvious that he made them play their hand right now. President Trump, the great champion for border security, they undid all of his policies, and now they've turned it into this huge, huge humanitarian crisis that it is, as well as a national security issue. So no, I'm not buying any of it. All I can tell you is folks back home want us to secure that border.
Amen to that. Now, you are demanding some answers from DOD and HHS on potential rate of infection of our own servicemen and women who participated in the 2019 World Military Games, which took place Wuhan, China, the likely birthplace of the China virus. Senator, what's your big concern?
Well, look, it seems every week that we have new evidence that backs up the timeline for the COVID virus, and now we're backing it up to October 2019, when thousands of soldiers from over 100 countries gathered in Wuhan, China for a military Olympics. And guess what? Those soldiers came back after about 2 weeks. Many of them were sick with COVID-like symptoms. And then interviewing some of those soldiers, it sounds like Wuhan was a ghost town. Here's this big, big city, and it's a ghost town. So it looks like to me, China knew about this virus even months before they're letting on in January. And what also is disturbing to me is, why hasn't the CDC investigated this? This is one more example of why we need the FDA to approve a T-test that, look, the antibodies are gone for those soldiers. But if we had a T-test, which is sitting there on the desk of the FDA to approve it, we could investigate this further. So the CDC needs to do their job. The FDA, we need to get to the bottom of this.
Well, Senator, if your socialist Democrat friends would just get out of the way and stop protecting communist China, we may be able to get to the bottom of this. Appreciate your time as always, sir. Come back soon.